Alright guys, we got a whole nother death battle coming, and this is Kratos versus Asura. Now, I'm going to tell you just right off the bat, I believe Asura is going to win because of all the crazy stuff that Asura does. Now, Kratos is a way better character, and I love Kratos. Kratos is my favorite, but I'm just going by the knowledge I know of both, which I know more about Kratos than Asura. I'm going to just go ahead and say Asura is going to win. But I would love for Kratos to win, but I just don't see it. But let's see, guys. Let's see. This is definitely an epic battle that's going to be one for the ages. Oh yeah, this is going to be a clean one right here.
Kratos versus Asura.
The Ghost of Sparta versus the Wrath.
Fun fact: I still need to beat the I say new, but the most recent God of War game. I beat the other ones, I just haven't beat that one. Also, let me know in the comments below how many people have actually beat every God of War games. Now, I know people say, come on, Toon World, everyone beat them. Not everyone, because the God of War games in the beginning was very hard. I know the story, but I think I only beat like 1 or 2. I played them, but I never finished the other ones besides the ones when it started getting on the PS4 and the PS5.
Destructor, because sometimes you just want to punch a god in the face. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. In the beginning, the Primordials waged war across existence, a series of cosmic clashes that birthed the universe.
Boom! Now that's what I call a big bang!
From Ceto's death, the oceans would flow. From Uranus's strikes, the stars were spawned, and so forth. Thus, the world itself was born from violence.
Starting the whole messy cycle, Uranus was overthrown by his Titan son, Kronos, who was overthrown by his Olympian son, Zeus, who battled his own son, Kratos.
As a classic bastard child of Zeus,
a lot of sons being their father type of way. So let's see here. Alright, new species, part god, part mortal. Yeah, so basically he's a demigod. Well, I guess he's a full god now. No, he's a demigod. He's a demigod. Well, is he a full god? I don't know. Someone let me know. I know at one point he was he's a demigod. He started off as a demigod, then become a god, and I think he's still technically a god. I don't know. Someone tell me down below. Age 1,000 plus. Yeah, that sounds about right. Height 7'8". God damn, he is big. Or tall and big, but tall. Damn, you wouldn't think he's 8 foot. That's taller than basketball players. He is big. Alias, Ghost of Sparta, God of War, Marked Warrior. Yeah, like Atreus, Olives, Mira, his family. Olives, whatever it is. Dislike selfish gods, slinking pool. Oh, sling puzzles. Sackboy doesn't want to talk about it. I don't know what Sackboy is. I don't know that one. That must be like some inside joke or one of the God of War little comics they did or so. Selfish gods. He also didn't like himself at a point too. But yeah.
Kratos was left among Spartan mortals, far exceeding all among him. He became a fierce warrior, winning many a battle, until finally cornered by ruthless barbarians.
Ares, destroy these guys who are kicking my ass, and my life is yours. A deal was made, and Kratos was joined at the bone with the Blades of Chaos, a set of chain swords and basically a badass whirlwind of flame and steel.
But Ares had a scheme. While doing work for his god, Kratos accidentally murdered his own family, permanently marked by the ashes of his wife and daughter. He was
kinda understandably really pissed off. Time for a new God of War. The gods were crapping their togas in fear as the new God of War took out his rage on all of them. And got some new gear out of it too.
With Poseidon's trident and Icarus's wings, Kratos dominated.
Poseidon got the worst ass beating of God of War history even now. I don't care what anyone say. Poseidon got that got the beating of his life. Makes you wonder what Poseidon ever do to Kratos.
Dominated both sea and sky. He
Yeah, a lot
also
of
has a
weapons.
tendency to carry powerful severed heads, like Medusa's.
And the claws of Hades could steal souls, even the soul of Hades himself. Should have thought that one through, man.
Neither Perseus or Hercules were a match for Kratos, nor was Helios, the sun god capable of moving stars and spreading light across the entire underworld.
He fought Atlas, the Titan of Strength, who broke the load-bearing pillar of the universe. So Kratos forced him to hold up the cosmos on his own instead.
And he could do it
The
with
primordial that punched the universe into existence?
causing shockwaves that
Even
moved
all
over a
this,
quadrillion
what was it?
times faster than light, a frankly incomprehensible feat.
Then there's Daddy Zeus.
Who
Kratos
proved
more
a
badass
serious
than I thought. I already
challenge
knew he was a
until
badass.
Kratos drew
He's more of a
perhaps
badass
his
than I thought he
ultimate
was.
weapon, the Blade of Olympus.
It can make tornadoes, lightning, force fields. Oh, and it can stab the hell out of you. It siphons godly energy and can pull enough to even kill Zeus. Like father, like son.
Even while Kratos ultimately released hope across the Greek world,
See, I didn't know this part. Kratos regained the Blade of Olympus and God of War Valhalla and was able to summon it afterwards. Mirror described it as a memory of your past made manifest. Huh, look at that. I sure was about to say, all these weapons he don't have anymore, but I did say I need to beat that other guy.
he could only do so after annihilating everything.
Like a badass, he was unstoppable, non-stop killing and sex and even more killing. And yet, he couldn't be any more depressed.
His wife
smashed
and
Aphrodite's.
daughter were still gone. What was he to do?
He didn't know. He wandered aimlessly for years, somehow stumbling into Norse mythology where he met Faye, his second wife. Good start, buddy.
Kratos had a new lease on life, but he could
That's
not
right, that's
escape
what she
his
looked
past
like.
mistakes.
There's a reason he hid his swords in a dingy basement. Even so, Faye insisted he could do better. So he became a dad to a new boy.
Easily the toughest task he ever
Boy.
undertook, especially after Faye unfortunately died of a mysterious illness.
Damn it, not again! But hey, it wasn't Kratos' fault this time.
Yeah.
And Faye left the tools he'd need to keep the boy safe, including the Leviathan axe.
Far from the whirling rage of the
Now, I got a question for people. Which you would say is a better weapon, the Chaos Blades or the Leviathan Axe? Now, I know people say the Chaos Blade, but think about it. That Leviathan Axe is pretty clutch. That's a bad mamma jamma right there. And then of course you got the Chaos Blade, which is like everyone's favorite because it's the classic. But honestly, I gotta go with that Leviathan Axe. I feel like is better to me than the Chaos Blades. I think they actually stated that they're on equal keel, but which one you would say is better, let me know in the comments below. But I'm just gonna tell you, I love that Leviathan Axe. The Chaos Blades is awesome. I remember just playing it and doing all the stuff. In fact, I used the Chaos Blades more than any other weapon in the original God of War trilogies. But the Leviathan Axe is a bad mamma jamma, man. I love it.
Blades of Chaos, the Leviathan axe was deliberate and mighty. Said to rival Mjolnir itself.
That's what I'm about to say. It's like a
Wishes
Thor
Mjolnir
hammer.
was as cool as this axe. It's imbued with ice magic and a poison even the gods fear. It can be summoned to Kratos' hand from a distance, and it even shatters souls.
Kratos may have once been a sword of vengeance, but with his new weapons and a new purpose, he stood as a shield against the godly Aesir.
Too bad he just can't help but get in trouble with gods. But now he knew how to control his anger.
Which is even more important than it sounds. Kratos' Spartan rage summons an inner strength with magical properties.
He can
Yeah,
even get
that's-
so pissed off that he straight up
That's part
heals
rage is-
himself.
is a
That
clutch.
seems like the opposite of what should happen.
Not all anger is problematic, and Kratos wields plenty of new weapons and relics to channel his rage through.
Like the Dropnir ring, which can summon a bunch of wind spears. They can absorb all types of energy and blast it back. He even has relics and magic that can warp space and slow down time.
Naturally, he contested with the strongest of the Norse gods, including the god of thunder Thor, who was powerful enough to fight the fire giant Surtur and the world serpent Jormungandr at the same time.
Oh, and that fire giant would be the cause of actual Ragnarok. You can't defeat me, Thor. I know, but he can.
Well, not exactly.
The thing of
Freyr,
this is,
the
this
rain
is a
god,
massive
held off
spoilers,
Ragnarok
but
for
I
a
never was
considerable
one to
time
care
on
about
his own,
spoilers, so
and the sheer power
that's
of
good.
Ragnarok shook Yggdrasil down to its very roots.
That's the world tree, which is like a literal tree that connects the whole universe.
According to Freya, the tree's very existence supports all of creation among its boughs. Every strand transcending time, transcending space. Everything comes back to the tree.
So it's kind of like Kratos lives in a really, really, really big treehouse.
In his quest to free the Norse world,
Kill most of
Kratos
the
reclaimed
pantheons,
old
climbed
weapons
out
by
of the
reckoning with
underworld
his
after
past
dying,
sins,
established
even
the
taking up the
universe.
Blade of Olympus once again.
Even
Yeah,
better,
see.
he actually got to be a decent dad. And now the boy is a man and also a bear.
Kratos made a lifetime of
a druid for
mistakes,
D&D
but this
terms.
future would be different. He'd be more than he was in the past. Not just a god of war, but a leader, a father, and a defender. A god of hope.
This battle is sponsored.
Now see,
Rise from the depths of Naraka after 12,000 years.
After 12,000 years, he's free
Rita
to
Rivera.
punch
Rita
everything
Rivera.
dumb enough to
Rita
get in his
Rivera.
way. He was the
at
demigod
this.
of wrath, Asura.
Alongside 7 other demigod generals, Asura served as defender of humanity against the impure Goma, dark spirit monsters infesting the world.
And the demigods battled the Goma by wielding a mystic energy formed from human prayer, mantra.
She was
By
like, here,
advancing
let me go
technology
for
with mantra, the Guardian generals became essentially hyper-powerful mystic cyborgs. They could each harness mantra through a different emotional affinity. For August, it was greed. For Yasha, it was melancholy.
I'll give you one chance to guess what Asura's is.
By
Wrath.
tapping into his wrath, Asura can take many forms for battle, like the
basically
six-armed
goes beyond
Vajra,
Super
a snake
Saiyan.
powerful enough to subdue the embodiment of the planet's will and the source of the Goma.
Look at this. This is just in the first scenes. This is not even him like final battle type of stuff. This is just him in the beginning. He's already this broken. Kratos, my boy. Oh my God, you're gonna die.
Vlitra.
But he wasn't angry enough to put
He's
Goma
gonna be a
Vlitra
Swede.
down for good.
Well, maybe not a Swede.
At least not yet. Of course, since he's literally powered by wrath, no enemy of Asura's would be stupid enough to do something that would make him even more mad,
You
right?
would think.
Right?
Funny you should say that.
God damn it.
First off, Asura is not some one-dimensional anger machine. In myth, the Asuras were powerful and aggressive beings, sure, but not inherently evil, just like Asura himself. He's a warrior, but also a husband with a daughter, Mithra,
And Mithra has the unique power to supercharge mantra energy.
which gave Asura's prideful commander, Deus, an idea. If he could weaponize Mithra, literally wiring her up to a super weapon, the Guardian generals could maybe find too angry to die.
Look at that.
So long as
Too
a
angry to
single
die.
part of
That
his
answers
body
the question
remains
of the-
and can
of the
possess
death
mantra, he can climb back out of Naraka, a sort of limbo underworld between life and death. Thanks to some coaxing from a strange golden spider, he did just that, with an all-new purpose in mind.
Make the gods pay! Oh yeah, they're calling themselves gods now. Turns out they're all assholes who started sacrificing thousands of innocent people to try to power up. So Asura got really, really, really pissed off.
And through his rage, Asura's power exploded, rising in a
Hook!
With just a finger, dwarf the goddamn planet. What can Kratos do against this? It's over. This
And
alone
this.
makes it.
Asura is so
too
powerful,
OP.
his soul cannot be manipulated by the Goma or the deities. He can propel himself with mantra to fly, harden his fist to break steel, fire explosive energy blasts.
And headbutt you so hard you wish you could die even faster. The dude literally stockpiles anger into a burst of energy that can one-shot even the toughest of
Yeah,
foes.
it's-
And when he goes unlimited mode, he can rapid fire those super attacks without overheating.
Asura's vengeance quest wasn't all shouting and explosions, though. I mean, it was a lot of that, but he also tried to
Now, I didn't
protect
realize the
people from the
animation is
gods,
clean. This
including
was
a
made so
girl
long
who
ago.
very much reminded him of his
Animation
own
was
daughter.
pretty good.
Yeah, Asura's the kind of guy who wants to be a great dad, but all he knows how to do is punch anything that upsets his kid. Like that one dad that knocks out a ref at a Little League game.
And then the gods killed that girl too, along with her
Yeah,
whole
that was
village,
so stupid. Look at
sparking
this.
Asura to unleash his berserker aura.
You know how the gods were sacrificing thousands of people to power up? Well, Asura got so freaking angry, he built up enough mantra to match them, even though they'd been building up energy for thousands of years. Seriously, guys, you're pissing off the guy who literally gets more powerful the angrier he gets. What did you think was gonna happen?
Yet even in Berserker mode, Asura never lost total control.
Berserker Asura adds even more extra arms, and they're big and glowy now. The man can launch so much angry mantra he wiped out the god's whole space fleet in seconds.
Asura's anger raised to levels so high even he couldn't contain it, scorching him into his wrath form.
Even though it hurts Asura while he's in it, this form is still perfect for absolutely shit-stomping a snobby demigod's face in. It's okay though, his brother-in-law punched the edge out of him.
Just half of this will be enough for this death battle, because Asura is too broken. The more they talking, the more I'm hearing like, Kratos, man, you cooked. Oh my god, you gonna be
Just saw the error of the deity's senseless sacrifices and teamed up with Asura for a coup against Deus.
Awesome, they're bros again. Just in time for Asura to hit his former boss with so much mantra that he burst. Then dive into the planet's core to obtain power equal to 1,000 arms. His mantra form. Finally, a power capable of killing Vlitra in a big planet-busting blast.
Deus was defeated and Gaia was saved. Yet, Asura's wrath hadn't been quelled.
Title drop!
It turns out that spider that guided him was actually Chakravartin, the creator of mantra and the entire universe.
This is how you do it, bro.
His heir, Chakra kidnapped Mithra, because of course he did, and tested Asura in the form of a massive golden Buddha statue. Check out the size of it! That thing can literally hold a galaxy in its palm. Naturally, Asura and the statue threw hands.
Enter the Mantra Reactor. Capable of holding 7 trillion souls, Asura instead used it as a vessel for a far greater power.
His own unfiltered rage. At last, Asura could show the world his real colors.
Everyone from the humans to the 7 deities to Chakravartin saw Asura's anger as a weapon, a sword for tyranny, when that was never who he was. His rage was really a shield to protect humanity, and most of all, his daughter.
A shield larger than a planet! Unbound by his past limits, Asura's ultimate destructor form effortlessly punched through asteroids larger than nebulas, dodged planet-sized lasers moving 2 quadrillion times faster than light, and obliterated whole stars!
Chakravartin was, understandably, impressed, and offered Asura a chance to take his place. Asura smiled at the offer and extended his arm.
Right into Chakra's face, as if he was gonna let some god trample over more worlds. Instead, he literally beat the QTEs out of God, obliterating him and his plans in a cosmic explosion.
But with Chakravartin dead, so was the concept of mantra itself. Those who depended on it could not survive, including Asura.
Hey, as long as Mithra was fine, it was worth it. Besides, he'll reincarnate millions of years later, still kicking ass, ready to smack a random thug, a meteor, or Ryu. Right in the balls!
It's interesting. Despite the dangers of uncontrolled anger, Asura's wrath gave him the power to save everything. All because of just one thing.
Some bastard made his daughter cry, so they had to pay. Now that's a god I can get behind.
Godly. I already know my boy Kratos not gonna win. And like I said, I already seeing Asura win this death battle. But God, I know it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be amazing. But God, I would love to be wrong. But Kratos, I'm sorry, boy. I think you cooked. Oh, I think you're gonna be cooked bad.
It's time for a death battle!
But the animation looks good though. Please let me be wrong, Lord of Death Battles. I'm not though, but who knows? Here's hoping. This is also one of the death battles. If they met in like their worlds, they'll actually be friends. Funny enough, because they both got the same beliefs. So how they got this plan out? Don't tell me he's gonna have when Kratos kills him.
It's true then. The god of war is on Gaia. But not for long. You do not want this fight.
I feel bad for Kratos because Kratos would just mind his own damn business. Kratos, fight back, do something.
You let your wrath consume you. I have been down that road before. Shut up!
This is one big therapy session for both of them.
Very well.
Yeah, I'm about to say, Kratos, you're gonna have to shoot out all the way. You're gonna have to do everything just to keep up with this dude. Oh my god. Doesn't matter what he do, he just gonna regrow arms. I ain't gonna get my hopes up. Ah, it's over with. He just got the anime power up. He just got that MC anime power. But it's an amazing death battle though. Oh my god.
This is not my end!
Kratos, this is what he got. Please have a miracle, Kratos. I'd love for you to win, man. I would love, but I don't see you doing a damn thing. And I think he even got one more after this. That's the crazy thing about it. I should got like 2 or 3 more forms after this.
Death has not earned me yet, Titan!
Am I? Are they hyping me up for no reason? They hyping me up for no reason. Kratos still needs to die.
But you deserve a worthy end!
Am I going to say? Nah, he ain't. But the animation is just amazing. Come on, this is. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. But when you give me the fight, oh my god, I knew this would be amazing. Woo! Wait. Did he? Nah. Kratos. Wait. Is it over? Is it over? Please say
You
in.
are a monster no longer.
Is it in? No.
I never was.
Wait. What? Am I? Was I wrong? Did my boy Kratos get the victory? Or am I tripping? Come on. Yeah?
Hey there. You're listening to State of Survival Radio. Calling all survivors who can hear this.
Okay.
Well,
Thank you, Lord. Lord of Deathbattle, God, whatever. Oh my God. Completely. Oh my God. I can't believe I lost faith in Kratos, man. I thought Kratos was gonna win. Oh boy. Hey, okay. This says I got the game of Kratos of the most recent God of War game. I got it. I just haven't played it. But oh my God, I'm gonna play it. Kratos, boy. Oh my God, this just made me happy. Ooh.
I guess Asura's wrath really is gone. But are we sure this is how it'd go? Even though
Okay, now I also gonna say this. I know people going to say in comics that Asura definitely had this in a bag, or Kratos and all this other stuff and all that, because it's the same thing with just about every death battle that they ever made. I don't care. I am happy. I watch Death Battle for the entertainment, and if my hero and the person that I like more wins, cool. Even sometimes I'm like, I don't know. This one, I don't care. I don't give a damn. Yes, thank you, Lord. Oh
Asura
my
can blow up
God.
stars?
Asura had some amazing displays of apocalyptic destruction, but the full scope of their speed, experience, versatility, and power sheds a surprising light.
At first glance, speed seems like a shoo-in for Asura. Kratos is quick, but he never dodged a universe-crossing laser.
That doesn't mean he couldn't. Remember, as usual, we look at these characters at their peak, free from gameplay restrictions.
Yeah, we're looking at everything in canon, and Kratos fought and killed Helios, the sun god.
From the moment he's introduced, Helios is emphasized to be immensely powerful. Without Helios, darkness would shroud everything.
I will say, the more they was talking about Kratos and the other stuff he was doing, I was thinking Kratos might have a victory, but oh my God.
His light was fast enough to illuminate the entire underworld while Kratos sailed through it, taking a few hours at most.
So, kinda hard to quantify, but that's consistent with the shockwaves the primordials caused that spawned the universe.
Arguments could be made for which is faster, the primordial shockwaves or Chakravartin's intergalactic lasers. Since it's so close, it's safest to assume their speeds are generally even.
But what does speed matter if you don't know how to use it? Let's cover experience. Asura lived across centuries, obviously a lot longer than Kratos.
And while Kratos eventually learned to control his rage, Asura pretty much always had that control.
So Asura easily takes experience. But when it comes to versatility, he couldn't match all the weapons and abilities Kratos had.
Sure, Asura's quite skilled and a monster at martial arts, but his fighting style mostly relies on one thing.
A whole lot of punching.
Kratos' weapons, magic, runes, relics, and even his rage gave him far more options in combat, slowing down time, healing injuries, and most importantly, multiple weapons that could drain a variety of energies, like mantra.
Yeah, when Asura loses all his
I would say
mantra
the
energy,
spirits and stuff.
that's it for him. So the Dropnir spears and the Blade of Olympus gave Kratos exactly what he needed: versatility, and multiple ways to finish this for good before Asura just comes crawling back out of the underworld.
If he could. Asura's resurrections take years or whole centuries, days at best.
But all this assumes Kratos could match Asura's crazy strength. All roads lead to power, which should go to Asura, right? Look at what he can do! If this came down to who made the bigger kaboom, he'd kick Kratos' ass in 2 seconds.
But a closer examination of their feats reveals the truth.
At his peak, Asura overpowered Chakravartin, annihilating that cosmic golden god.
By measuring the dimensions of Chakravartin's body and scaling it up to match the size of this galaxy-eclipsing statue, we can determine its volume. Add in the density of gold, for good measure assuming the form is solid throughout, and its mass far exceeds not just our galaxy, but our entire observable universe.
Destroying that big golden god would need energy on par
why I
with
couldn't be a power
obliterating our
scaler.
universe
'Cause I wouldn't be able to do
91,000
all these
times.
equations and
Extremely
stuff. I feel
impressive
like
and
power skills is just-
unfathomable.
Not many choose Archer. Do you know why? That's because she only has a single attack at the start. Her attack is weaker than
However, the same idea applies to Ragnarok shaking the roots of Yggdrasil.
Ragnarok is obviously a bit of a different beast than Kratos, but what really matters is what Freyr did.
Right, Freyr, a god comparable to Kratos, held back Ragnarok's power for a significant time.
So Kratos should be capable of the same level of power, or even more.
Using an official map and knowing the world tree's branches encompass all of existence, we can measure its size and volume.
And we know this map is accurate because it shows these two realms conjoin, which we see in-game.
Even if we assume the Tree of the Realms is only 1% solid, a significant lowball that Kratos should easily scale above, shaking such an incomprehensibly large structure would require enough force to destroy our universe's mass energy 9 million times over.
That's almost 100 times greater than Chakravartin's destruction. And this isn't some one-off outlier. I mean, a realm-shattering supergiant doesn't sound too different from the other Titans and Olympians Kratos defeated.
That's the thing, isn't it? It's easy to think that we never see Kratos do anything that matches Asura, but we do. Helios' speed matches Chakravartin, and Kratos outsped him. Atlas is strong enough to lift all of reality, and Kratos overpowered him. Kronos defeated the creator of the universe in a one-on-one fight, same as Asura, and Kratos killed Kronos. Add in the clear numerical comparison of Chakravartin, Ragnarok, and Yggdrasil, and Kratos takes the edge in power.
But hey, Capcom, if you give us Asura's Wrath 2, we'll try this again.
That'd be pretty awesome.
Asuras, the sun rises. The god of wrath was Kratos.
The winner is Kratos.
Thank you, Lord. Oh my God, I'm glad I was
But
wrong.
what if?
Alternate ending. Oh, they start doing this now? This what I thought was going to happen. This is crazy. Because it's definitely a smasher game. This boy, I know this destroyed controllers.
That concludes my pitch for Asura's Wrath 2. The end. Next time on Deathbattle.
Al Simmons, Spun versus Ghost Rider. I'm gonna say Spun. I love Spun more than Ghost Rider, but I know Ghost Rider is also broken. They're both broken characters, so honestly, it could be a toss-up. I don't know which one will win. But yeah, this is it, guys. What'd you think of it? Did y'all